24 hours ago, Team India of 26 parties was announced. Simultaneously, the NDA of 38 parties met in the national capital. Already, it's just been a day, but already the question being asked is there trouble in paradise? In the fight for Neta, Niti and Niyat, who is going to win the trust of Bharat? Because on the one hand, the NDA passed a unanimous resolution reposing its faith in the leadership of Prime Minister Modi for 2024. But what about India, Team India? Who will lead it? Who will be the captain? While the alliance has said that there will be a collective leadership with a common minimum program being drafted soon, the BJP has taken this opportunity to call it a hydra-headed monster or even a 10-faced Raavan. In a series of videos, the ruling party today mocked the lack of singular focus and a single leader in the freshly minted opposition alliance.
आपस में झगड़ो में जहाँ तक ये दूर का देखने की बात है ना, तो चील जैसी दो ही आंखें चाहिए होती हैं, ये 20 नहीं। और 5 साल आप लोगों से पाला पड़ गया ना, तो देश का विजन जो है धुंधला पड़ जाएगा और हमारा फ्यूचर अंधेरे में। हमारे देश को चाहिए ऐसी तेज नजर जो अंतरिक्ष से भी कोई आंख उठाकर देखे ना तो उसे ढेर कर दे।
जैसे कि हमारी 130 करोड़ की जनता आपके इस महाठगबंधन को देख के कंफ्यूज है कि नीति क्या है, नीयत कैसी है और नेता? हाँ? नेता कौन है?
चुप, मैं हूँ। मैं हूँ यहाँ का नेता।
किस पे फोकस करूं?
अरे मुझ पे फोकस तो हम पे होगी। हम पे फोकस करो। फोकस मुझ पे करो।
आपस पे लड़ो मत। लीडरशिप समिट में जा रहे हो और यही नहीं पता कि लीडर कौन है। अगर देश की 130 करोड़ जनता आप जैसों को चुनेगी तो दुनिया के सामने देश की पहचान क्या रहेगी? नीति कैसी होगी, नीयत कैसी रहेगी और सबसे बड़ी बात, नेता कौन होगा?
Well, already the opposition alliance has been branded a Raavan of sorts. The reason for that is that the cracks are already emerging in Team India, from the initial disagreement over the name itself to disagreement who gets credit for coining the name. Sources suggest that Nitish Kumar left the meeting early because he was miffed over not being named the convener of the entire umbrella alliance. Then, of course, there is the tricky issue of coordinating at the state level, which still remains a pipe dream, with the Congress, I.N.D.I.A party and CPM continuing to have a go at each other. But the biggest question remains, who will be the face? Who will be the leader? Is this going to be hamstringing Team India?
আমরা চাইবই তো আমাদের নেত্রী, আমাদের সিএম একজন বাঙালি যে হয়নি কখনো, তো আমরা তো চাইবো সেটা। মানে পরের স্টেপ অন্য কথা, কিন্তু চাওয়ার জায়গায় স্বপ্ন দেখাতে অসুবিধা নেই।
মল্লিকার্জুন খাগড়ে বলেছেন না, কংগ্রেস প্রধানমন্ত্রী দৌড়ে নেই, তাহলে বিকল্প মুখ কাকে দেখছেন?
তাহলে মমতা ব্যানার্জি।
They were not clear what D in their name stands for, whether it is democratic or developmental. Then came the credit seeking. Every party said that it was their leader's suggestion. Now, if you don't have consensus of something as existential as the name, then you can imagine how disorganized the entire alliance is. TMC MP claim that Mamata Banerjee should be the prime ministerial face of this alliance. In the afternoon, you had Brinda Karat come out and say that she is responsible for the bloodiest panchayat polls that Bengal has seen. Will Arvind Kejriwal now contest all seats in Delhi and Punjab?
टीएमसी के खिलाफ और टीएमसी की तानाशाही रुख जो बंगाल में दिखाई दिया है पूरे पंचायत के चुनाव में, तो बंगाल के अंदर, लेकिन मैं ये कह सकती हूँ कि जनवाद के ऊपर हमले करके आप जनवाद की रक्षक के नाम पर खड़े होंगे, उसकी बहुत कम क्रेडिबिलिटी है।
While it's still early days to spell doom for a new alliance, will the lack of one face to take on Narendra Modi be a handicap? Are the reports of differences big clashes or merely small quibbles? And will they be able to prove this unity in the monsoon session of Parliament that begins tomorrow. Joining us on the debate, we have Dr. I.N.D.I.A Lok, spokesperson of the BJP, Avnijesh Awasthi, political analyst, Bishwajit Deb, spokesperson of the TMC, as well as senior advocate Zeba Yasmeen, spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, Satyaprakash Mishra, leader of the JDU, here with me in the studio, Romesh Sabharwal, leader of the Congress, and Ashutosh, senior journalist. Abu Azmi, MLA of the Samajwadi Party, will also be joining us in just a second. Let me first start by asking you, Mr. Sabharwal, 10-headed Raavan, that's the imagery that the BJP has projected.
They are themselves Raavan, ma'am. They have killed Kisan, they have killed sportsmen, they have killed poor people. To whom they have spared? They have brought GST, they have brought Notebandi. Raavan is Modi. We are not Raavan. We are Ram. We believe in Ram. So that is a culture which, you know, these people, they are frustrated now. The BJP is going down. That's why they are rushing to 38 parties, 36 parties now. So we are united now. We want that there should be one-to-one fight between Congress and the BJP. One-to-one between both the alliances. Let's see who the people will give the verdict. The people of India have already decided. That's why BJP is in high blood pressure. They are in coma right now. They are in hypertension. Their Prime Minister's face was yesterday, I was watching him. He's too much frustrated. He was taking the name of Advani ji. He was taking the name of Sharad Yadav ji. He was taking the name of Thakre ji. Balaram Thakre ji. You know, can you believe that? Where is Advani ji today? What respect he has given to Advani ji? He is Raavan. He has killed his own father like Advani ji. And he's blaming us.
Okay, Mr. Sabharwal, you have diagnosed all ailments in the BJP, from high blood pressure to coma to blood pressure, everything. Diabetes, everything has been diagnosed. But when the Prime Minister was called Raavan, Dr. I.N.D.I.A Lok, you took great offense to it. Now you're calling the opposition alliance a Raavan. How is that fair? It's a coalition, not a demon.
See, we are actually not calling them a Raavan, but we are rather portraying the 10 heads and their confusion to locate who is Raavan. हम तो मानते हैं रावण का दहन किया जाता है, चयन नहीं किया जाता है. यहाँ चयन की दिक्कत है कि रावण कौन बनेगा.
हाँ, पर आप रावण तो बोल रहे हैं ना उनको.
Sabharwal became a doctor, which is my profession. हम कह रहे हैं कि 10 सिरों वाला है, लेकिन रावण कौन है पता नहीं है. ये लोग रावण का चयन करने की जद्दोजहद में हैं.
आपको लगता है?
हमें पता है रावण का दहन ही करना है, चयन नहीं करना है.
पब्लिक को नहीं लगता. देश की जनता को नहीं लगता.
एक मिनट, मैं बीच में नहीं बोल रहा. Let's be civil. Let's be civil, sir. Let's be civil, sir. I was not speaking in between when you were calling all us names. I am a doctor and you were telling me the disease's name. You guys are the biggest cancer for India. Do you know that? Just by mentioning I.N.D.I.A, you do not represent India. What kind of India you want? India of dynast? Because the majority of the people who were present out of 26, they were dynast. What kind of India you want? Corrupt? Because majority of the people who were present there either on bail or were in jail or facing corruption charges. You had All India Muslim Personal League who wants to introduce Sharia law in this country. You want this country to be run by Sharia? You want to run this country by appeasement, why Manmohan Singh said that the first right of all this country belongs to the minorities and that to Muslims. You want this country to be run like that? What kind of India you want? All kind of anti-Indian statements, big statements which were played on TV and which were played on social media, were people present there. The biggest example is Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who says कि चीन में सद्भावना है, who goes out on the foreign soil and criticizes the Indian government कि इंडिया में लोकतंत्र खत्म हो गया. His idea of India. You want Rahul Gandhi, you want Congress idea of India, people like Salman Khurshid who goes to Pakistan and who says कि मोदी जी को हटाना है, आप मदद कीजिए.
Okay.
He speaks anything.
Okay, Mr. Mishra.
You
want Aam Aadmi Party kind of India who was born out of India's revolution and now India with corruption?
Okay, first let's fix the debate about the one face.
Like
Satyaprakash Mishra, one, there is no face of Prime Minister or the leader of the coalition. Some people even said that Nitish ji left because he was upset कि उनको convener नहीं बनाया गया. Congress जो है is hogging the focus.
First of all, Nitish Kumar ji himself came before media and clarified everything. And the Honorable President of the JDU, Shri Lalan Singh ji, also reiterated the same thing. It was Nitish Kumar ji who firmly established a government of opposition forces, and that raised the voice of opposition unity in India. Now they united from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, the party from diverse culture, diverse background and diversity, united with the objective of saving the constitutional framework of the country.
That is great. But hold on a second. You are saying Nitish ji is not upset. Let me contrast Patna with Bengaluru. Patna, Nitish ji center stage, he was the host, he was doing all the receiving. Yesterday in the joint press conference, he didn't even get a chance to speak. Who all spoke?
It is
Mallikarjun Kharge, Mamata Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal, Uddhav Thackeray and Rahul Gandhi. Far from being at the center of the action, he wasn't even given the mic, sir.
No, this is not true at all.
It is true.
He had the scheduled flight to Patna, and there were some disturbance related to the weather. It was a scheduled visit.
It was a chartered flight.
It was a chartered flight, scheduled visit. So it was not true at all that he was not given chance. The media is creating so much fuss over it and creating so much, peeping too much inside this story. Nitish Kumar ji himself today clarified everything, that he is agree with every kind of thing what the opposition unity is doing. The question is not about the leader of this opposition unity. What will be the Pradhan Niti of this country? That has to be done by this opposition unity, and it has given huge amount of pain to the spine of the BJP that it is stating in so many direction, oh ye Raavan hai, oh ye aise hain. Why? Because first time in the 9 long year NDA meeting was done by the on the behest of the Prime Minister. They ate a good amount of chole bhature. 24 party attended that meeting, has no representative in any assembly or the parliament. Now it's fine.
तो कोई दर्द नहीं है.
There is nothing.
There is no pain.
Absolutely
there is no
wrong.
Anger. There
Absolutely
is no
wrong. Rumors are being spread by the opposition forces and some media section.
Nobody was upset that he wasn't allowed to
not
speak.
at all. Not at all. Nitish Kumar ji himself clarified that. You have to trust that first.
Okay, let's play out what Nitish Kumar said. Dr. Ajay Alok, you want to respond to it, but let's play out what Nitish Kumar said and then I'll come to you.
बीजेपी के लोग कह रहे हैं आप नाराज हो
लीजिए, यही सब बात है, फालतू चीजें बोला। अरे हमारा तो मन राजगीर का कर रहा था, काम कर लिए, हमको लग रहा था यहाँ का बातें नहीं समझते, क्या करिएगा? सबको कुछ छोड़ने दीजिए, उसके कभी चक्कर में लगिएगा। वहाँ तक मीटिंग वोटिंग करके जो बात हो गया, वो कोई जरूरी है कि वहाँ पर बैठ करके कुछ, अब तो प्रेस को जो बताना था हमको तो तुरंत लौट करके आना था, तो लौट करके आ गए, कोई खास बात नहीं। बहुत अच्छा हो गया है।
इंडिया नाम पर आपको आपत्ति है? इंडिया नाम पर आपत्ति आपको है? बीजेपी के लोग कह रहे हैं, सुशील मोदी कह रहे हैं।
तब उनको क्या पता है, वहाँ गए हैं। वो कहाँ गए? हम तो इसीलिए कहते हैं कि कुछ लोग कुछ बोलता है, आप पता नहीं कौन कोई मोबाइल पर चला देता है।
Dr. Ajay Alok, all is well. You are just creating a storm in a teacup. Not just Nitish Kumar, but Lalan Singh himself was also clarified.
No, it's not Lalan Singh. Just listen to what Nitish Kumar said. अरे हमको तो राते में आने का मन कर रहा था, वहाँ कुछ बचा था।
No, this is not true. No, this is not true. Ajay ji, you are misinterpreting Nitish Kumar's statement.
Right, what he said.
No.
हम तो रात में आने का
now
सोच
a doctor required E.N.D.I.A specialist.
Anyway, I am not interested, Satyaprakash ji. What he said, he has not said. I know how Congress is going to use him as a PD in the days to come. That's very certain. But right now you said a very fine word. You said Nitish Kumar took all the pain to make this opposition government. Are you also suffering from delusional dementia like Nitish Kumar? Where is the government?
That government is functioning with 10.98%.
Just by making 15 parties sit together in Patna and then
10.98% growth rate.
26 in Bangalore, they form the government. Where is the government?
The government is functioning and
the
growth rate is 10.98%, Alok ji. And the 1.71 lakh around jobs are being provided to the teachers and more than 29,000 constables and doctors.
Nitish Kumar is a handicapped minister.
No, please don't use such kind of. I am really. If you are really a doctor, if you are really a doctor, please refrain from such kind of comment. You have been a colleague of us long time. So we should at least refrain from that. What
I am not
Nitish
giving
Kumar,
any irrational comment. I'm just saying Nitish Kumar is riding on the shoulders of RJD. What's wrong in that?
26 political
He's
parties
CM
came
because of
together
RJD and
now
Congress.
after the establishment of the
So they don't form
Mahagathbandhan
the-
government
they
in
don't form the
Bihar,
government, sir.
and that in
They don't
his
form the
own
government.
his initiative paved the way for opposition unity. That
Okay,
is
he's
true.
paved the way. Ashutosh ji, do you think there is any substance in fears being expressed right now that if in naming only there is such a difference, even in the issue of convener only there is such a difference, what will happen when it comes to the selection of a face? A lot of people have said, oh, you know, Godi media is putting out. I read at least 6 papers in the morning and much they have said some things unequivocally. Here's what the Indian Express says. Not all seem to be on board with the name of the new front. Sources said Bihar Chief Minister and JDU leader Nitish Kumar asked, how can a political alliance be named India? Sources said Nitish Kumar asked, how could it be named India? Taken by surprise, left leaders Sitaram Yechuri, D. Raja, G. Devarajan also did not appear convinced and went into a huddle midway through the meeting. Yechuri then suggested the name V for Victory or We for India, that is WE for India. But many felt it sounded like a campaign slogan. If the name is creating so much heartache, then the face will lead to an implosion. Or so are the fears.
I think we have forgotten that we live in democracy, and in democracy difference of opinion is there. If there is an authoritarian government, there is an authoritarian party, obviously there will not be any difference. What is important is that with consensus the name has emerged, and once the name has emerged, is accepted by everybody. Now there is no squabbling on that. Obviously, when the name was discussed, there must have been 10 more names. People must have given different suggestions and different logic and different arguments too. But not necessarily that every argument has to be followed.
But no name has emerged. In fact, the only name has emerged came from the TMC MP Shatabdi Roy today, who said, oh, we want Didi to be Prime Minister.
I'm talking about India, I'm not talking about Shatabdi Roy. Fact is, this India campaign, whatever you call it, if you look at the way BJP has reacted today, I'm really reminded of 1989 when opposition, BJP was there, left was there, Janata Dal was there, and they're rattled by their campaign and the unity. Rajiv Gandhi, led by the Congress, created a campaign which was made by rediffusion, scorpions, snakes, and all that. Today, I was just reminded of that. That shows that the government or the BJP is rattled.
Okay.
And they found themselves off guard. They were not unaware of what is happening.
But after the press conference, when the Prime Minister addressed yesterday, he said कि गलबैया जो है ये मिशन नहीं है, ये मजबूरी है.
No, then what about 38? What about 37 parties?
But those 37 parties have all unanimously said Prime Minister will be Modi. None of those 37 parties are saying, I think Didi also should be, I think Palaniswamy should be.
26 लोग एक साथ हो जाएं, तो फिर वो रावण हो जाएंगे. 38 लोग एक साथ हो जाएं, तो फिर यूनिटी हो जाएगी. ये दो एक आर्गुमेंट चलेगा ना.
क्योंकि वो 38 लोग कह रहे हैं कि भाई नेता हमारा एक है. 26 लोग किसी एक नेता का नाम नहीं ले रहे.
पद्मजा, I also want to remind them कि एक जमाने में अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी थे, लाल कृष्ण आडवाणी ने उनके बारे में क्या कोशिश की, तो तब अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी ने क्या कहता न टायर न रिटायर. आडवाणी जी के नेतृत्व में विजय प्रस्थान, और उसके बाद वेंकैया नायडू जी थे, उनकी हालत खराब हो गई. So let's not get into that. I know today the BJP is having a serious problem. And serious problem because they never expected 26 political parties can come together. So there all kinds of canard will be had, all kinds of propaganda will be fed. This is just a beginning. Why I'm saying so? Because today they have formed a group. From here onward, whether they choose their leader or they project somebody, that has to be seen.
Okay, all of these are canards, but just out of curiosity, Mr. Deb, do you want Mamata Banerjee to be Prime Minister, or all of that has been put on ice for right now? Everyone has been instructed, keep quiet. Don't talk out of turn.
At the outset, I would like to say that our leader Mamata Banerjee has very clearly defined N.D.A in an excellent manner. No development alliance. That is what stands for N.D.A. Now regarding the issue ahead, what we were discussing, you see, it is a national perspective what we are discussing. 26 parties have come together with a common agenda and they have come together in a common platform, and we want that ultimately we need to save the democracy of this country, we need to save the constitution, we need to save the people from the misrule of the BJP, and that is what all the 26 parties have decided to do. And 2024 election will be an election of change. People will change this government, and don't worry about who will be the Prime Minister.
You don't think that eternal question that is again brought up, Modi versus who, matters anymore? You think that is a redundant question? It doesn't matter, Modi versus who?
You see, the core issue is the opposition parties, they have come together. They have understood that the misrule of BJP, which has destroyed our country since the last 9.5 years, you could see our Prime Minister yesterday. I was just wondering when he was speaking yesterday at the inauguration of an airport, out of the 25 minutes, 19 minutes he spent about the opposition. He was speaking about Parivarvad. What Parivarvad he is speaking about? Look at his own party.
So you don't think, just again to steer you back to the question, you don't think it matters anymore? The question of Modi versus who doesn't matter anymore.
Who is?
If as a voter somebody asks you, okay, I have Modi on one side, who do you have? It doesn't matter?
It is a question. It is a question. No. You question. It's a question where the opposition parties have decided it's a one-point agenda that the country needs to be saved. Democracy needs to be saved. The way even the opposition parties have been not allowed to speak inside the parliament, the way the bills have been bulldozed one after another without any discussion.
Okay, Mr. Deb, again I want to ask you the question.
That there is no democracy.
If a voter was to walk up to you and say, sir, Modi on one side versus who?
Don't worry. Meetings are going on and it will go on. The next meeting is in Mumbai. And thereafter there will be several other meetings.
But in that meeting, do you think Brinda Karat's mind will be changed?
That is not a matter which needs to be taken care.
Because today she said Mamata ji ki tanashahi hai.
Brinda Karat, you see, whatever Brinda Karat, I know what she has said, and I have explained that in your Times now, today, this afternoon, after she spoke. And I have said clearly, you see, it's a national perspective which Brinda Karat must understand. And it is CPM which should take a call that whether they want to oppose BJP or not. Okay. Whatever has happened in Bengal, that is a local issue. And for that, TMC is not responsible.
Sir, murders are generally a human rights issue, not a local or a national issue. But Avnijesh Avasthi, when this question is asked, Modi versus who, actually the Congress did put out a rebuttal to that when they put out a picture saying Modi versus India, and they showed that the Prime Minister is overshadowed by the image of India. So it's not going to be a face, a person, but it's going to be the country itself. India is going to be now versus Modi. This is what the Congress has put out.
Padmaja, ये एक फिल्म आई थी हिंदी में स्पेशल 26, उन लोगों को देख लेनी चाहिए। स्पेशल 26 का जो पूरा जो जमावड़ा था वो समझ में आ जाएगा कि था क्या। फिल्म में ना हर एक व्यक्ति एक दूसरे पे शक भी करता है, इकट्ठे होते हैं, लूटने के लिए इकट्ठे होते हैं और फ्रॉड होते हैं वो सारे, एक फर्जी टीम बनाते हैं सीबीआई की। स्पेशल 26 फिल्म का नाम है स्पेशल 26, इसलिए बहुत पहले बन चुकी है फिल्म। ये मत कहना कि इनको देख करके बनाई गई है, कोई इनके ऊपर कोई मीम बनाया गया है। तो बात यह है कि यहाँ पर हर एक व्यक्ति एक दूसरे पर शक की निगाह से देख रहा है। नीतीश कुमार पर सबसे ज्यादा शक, सबसे कमजोर कड़ी है, वो कभी भी बदल लेते हैं। रातों रात इस्तीफा दिया, कैबिनेट खत्म, दूसरे के साथ सरकार बना ली। शरद पवार वाली पार्टी के साथ क्या हुआ, पता नहीं शरद पवार आ भी रहे हैं कि नहीं आ रहे, ये अंत तक सस्पेंस बना रहा। कोई भी हो, इसमें सब एक दूसरे को। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि जब कांग्रेस ये कहती है ना कि हम में से कांग्रेस पीएम पद का नहीं है, वो तब तक है जब तक राहुल गांधी की सदस्यता खतरे में है। कांग्रेस पार्टी से किसी और को नहीं बनने देंगे। इसलिए कहा कि कांग्रेस पार्टी पीएम पद की रेस में नहीं है, क्योंकि राहुल गांधी इलेक्शन नहीं लड़ सकते हैं, इसलिए कहा गया। और कोई बात नहीं, अगर राहुल गांधी इलेक्शन लड़ सकते होते तो शायद ये ना होता। अंतिम एक बात और कहूंगा कि इंडिया कैनॉट बी एक्रोनिम। ये देश टुकड़े नहीं है जिसको देश को टुकड़ों को कर करके आप इंडिया नहीं बना सकते। I stand for something else, N stands for something else, T stands for something else, I.N.D.I.A. It's not a टुकड़े टुकड़े। ये वही टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग है जो इंडिया को टुकड़े टुकड़े करने की बात कर रहा है। Country's name, my country's name cannot be acronym. It's a full name. It's a full country.
Mr. Sabharwal, do you want to respond? Do you want to quickly respond to that? Then I'll come to you, Mr. Dev. Let him quickly respond to this.
Yeah, that's why our Prime Minister is not going to Manipur. That's why he's not going to Manipur. Why he has not gone to Manipur till now? This is India.
इंडिया का नाम से मणिपुर का क्या मतलब है?
What he has done here?
पद्मजा, पश्चिम बंगाल के
अधीर रंजन चौधरी को पूछिए ना। इंडिया में मणिपुर आता है। इंडिया में मणिपुर आता है।
पहले अधीर रंजन चौधरी से काल का हाल पूछिए आप।
Mr. Sabharwal, you know, yes, you are absolutely right. Manipur deserves attention. So does Chhattisgarh, where there were people who walked naked yesterday because of fake caste certificates. आपको मणिपुर याद है, आपको छत्तीसगढ़ याद नहीं आता। आपको मणिपुर याद आता है, आपको बंगाल याद नहीं आता। 2nd of May, after the elections in West Bengal, the court had to step in when women were raped. But anyway, this is very tired whataboutery. Let's not get into that whataboutery. Answer the question कि एक इंडिया के टुकड़े करके आप उसको एक acronym नहीं बना सकते. Just respond to that, then I'll go back to Mr. Dev. Yes.
कौन टुकड़े कर रहा है? हमने तो यूनाइट किया है। इंदिरा जी gave her blood. Rajiv ji gave her blood for the sake of the country unity. Mahatma Gandhi gave her blood. What they more want? How many bloods they want? कितने एक्सपेरिमेंट करके दिखाए? इंदिरा जी ने सेक्रीफाइस किया, महात्मा गांधी ने सेक्रीफाइस किया, राजीव गांधी ने सेक्रीफाइस किया। कभी भी हमने कांग्रेस पार्टी के बारे में सोचते हैं लोग? अरे अपने बारे में सोचो। सारा दिन धर्म की बात करते हो, सारा दिन बात की बात करते हो, सारा दिन परिवारवाद की बात करते हो और झूठ बोलते हो, झूठ पे झूठ बोलते हो।
Okay, we're just getting in news that Nitish Kumar has reached the house of Lalu Prasad. He in fact went to his house without any security protocol, talked to Lalu and Tejaswi Yadav for half an hour in a closed room. Sources say that Nitish Kumar had come to persuade Tejaswi Yadav, who is said to be angry with Nitish Kumar. Ashutosh ji, first reactions. I also come to you, sir. But Ashutosh ji, first reactions. There seems to be some things brewing. This is one development, and the other development today, very curious, was Uddhav Thackeray going to meet Ajit Pawar.
So, are you predicting a doom for the India?
I am predicting nothing. I am asking you, sir. You are a senior journalist. I am asking you to decode.
I could see Nijesh ji and Ajay Alok smiling.
They might be predicting doom. I am to asking for your analysis.
आपको मेरी हंसी पर इतना दुख क्यों होता है?
नहीं, मुझे कोई दुख नहीं हो रहा।
But don't you find it curious? You know, first Sharad Pawar meets with Ajit Pawar, Praful Patel. Then Uddhav Thackeray does a courtesy call on Ajit Pawar. You know, given how shifty all of these allies are, it always makes one wonder, वो कर क्या रहे? Like the Prime Minister said, चेहरे पे चेहरे हैं, वो चेहरा कुछ दिखा रहे हैं, पीछे कुछ और ही चल रहा है.
So, by tomorrow, Uddhav Thackeray will be out from the India.
I don't know.
Lalu Prasad Yadav should be out. Nitish Kumar should be out. See, let's be serious about this discussion for the simple reason, because once Nitish Kumar has given a formal statement, then the stories based on sources doesn't exist anymore. And very categorically he has said. So I can understand that the BJP is upset about it. There's no doubt about it, because BJP never expected 26 people can come together and have such a smooth sailing. I can understand that. And let me also tell you, the more BJP gives air space to India, the more they are doing disservice to themselves. This is the similar thing which happened in 1989 when Rajiv Gandhi led Congress, gave so much space to the opposition, then finally they lost in 1989. If they ignore it, it's much better for them.
Okay, Nitish ji is not angry, but what is Uddhav Thackeray meeting Ajit Pawar?
I can understand this, because in a democratic setup, this happens. But on that basis, if somebody is predicting Uddhav Thackeray is walking away from India and he is going to join BJP government, then I can only laugh at that. This happens. This doesn't happen in authoritarian party, where the people are scared to receive phone calls from their critics. I can understand, because why I'm telling so for the simple reason, because I know there are many BJP leaders who don't receive my phone calls. because they know that phone calls is being viewed, and I am being clubbed at somebody as a critique of the BJP. They don't want to talk to me.
Does Ajay Alok take your phone calls?
No, I never heard of Ajay Alok, so I can't. I have no. But I can. There are many BJP people who told me in confidence, because अब हमारे phone call observe होते हैं.
Okay, 10 seconds of Nijesh Awasthi, and then I'll come to you, Ajay Alok. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
आशुतोष, मैं दो बातें आपसे विनम्रता से कहना चाहता हूं. आपने कहा 26 लोगों में अगर अलग अलग राय है तो वो डेमोक्रेसी. अगर यही बात अगर 38 पार्टीज में हो, अगर अलग अलग राय में बोलेंगे तो भी उसको आप डेमोक्रेसी कहेंगे? नहीं, उसको आप क्या कहेंगे कि इनमें कोई एकता नहीं. एक बात. दूसरी बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण बात, आपने बार बार ना 1989 का उदाहरण दिया है. वो कोई विपक्षी एकता की वजह से नहीं, बोफोर्स की वजह से हारे थे राजीव गांधी और विश्वनाथ प्रताप सिंह. बोफोर्स का घोटाला सामने लेके आए थे, उसके नायक के रूप में सामने आए थे. दोनों पार्टियों ने, बीजेपी ने और कम्युनिस्ट पार्टियों ने बाहर से समर्थन दिया था. जरा राजनीति की याद कर लो, बोफोर्स की वजह से हारे थे वो, इकट्ठे होने की वजह से नहीं हारे थे वो.
आशुतोष,
अब देखिए अवनीश जी, आप तो कुछ भी कहानी गढ़ सकते हैं, मुझे उसमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है.
ये बोफोर्स कहानी मेरी गढ़ है.
ये आपका पर्सपेक्टिव है, मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं है ना.
पूरा देश उस समय बोफोर्स के नाम पर.
अवनीश जी, आप बोल रहे थे,
बोफोर्स को नकार रहे हो.
आप बोल रहे थे तो मैं नहीं बोल रहा था. मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए ना.
बोफोर्स को मत नकारो ना, कि बोफोर्स सबसे बड़ा आज तक उसकी.
Okay, let him finish, please. Let Mr. Ashutosh finish, then I bring in Ajay Alok and the JD.
मैंने ये तो नहीं कहा कि बोफोर्स का कोई कंट्रीब्यूशन. एक बार भी पद्मजा मैंने बोला बोफोर्स का कोई कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं था. Did I say once even? He is assuming. The fact of the matter is that the Beaufort, फिर आप बोल रहे, Beaufort was a big issue. There is no doubt about it. But the unity of opposition, because they were fighting against a political party which got 49% vote share in 1984, 415 seats. It was unimaginable. And still Congress got 197 seats. 197 seats. And the Janata Dal Party got just 140 or 142 seats.
Okay.
Still the Congress was way ahead. But the Congress took a moral stand that they will not try to form the government. And they did not form the government. And that's when the others came into the picture.
All right.
What I'm reminding is the rediffusion campaign is the copy of the campaign which BJP has launched today.
Okay, Ajay Alok and Zeba Yasmin, let me get you in now. Ajay Alok, the consensus here seems to be that in order to try and create some, जो होता है ना कि भाई आपको कुछ उंगली करनी है, so you are saying, ओ देखो ये नाराज हो गया, ओ देखो वो पहले क्यों चला गया, ओ इसकी शक्ल पे लिखा हुआ था कि ये खुश नहीं है. You are worried, so you are trying to look for, जो कि हिंदी में कहते हैं नुक्ताचीनी.
First of all, we are not interested in Nuktachini. Secondly, I'm enjoying Ashutosh today like I have never enjoyed before. I have full empathy and sympathy for Ashutosh because he's seeing again trembling of cards, how the cards are being trembled. So I don't have to say anything about all those things. That is their problem, how they manage the house. That is not my problem. Now, as far as Nitish Kumar goes, what he will do tomorrow, he also doesn't know today. Where does he stand? Because the pressure on him is to resign and make Tejasvi as a chief minister. Now, who all are going to continue with this so-called I.N.D.I.A? I won't call this India.
Satyaprakash ji is saying that's nonsense. Satyaprakash ji is saying that's nonsense. Very quickly, Satyaprakash ji, do you want to respond to this?
Don't speculate much, Ajay Alok ji. The government is stable there, and Tejasvi Yadav is.
Then he can respond. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay, you finish.
Yeah. So the point of the matter is, right now you continuously asked to one of the panelists that who is going to be against Modi? Who is going to be against Modi? None of you gave the answer. Ashutosh kept on dwelling on things, 1989, this, that. Opposition unity. See, you have to understand the basic thing. The perception in this country matters the most. In 1989, the perception was that Rajiv Gandhi government is corrupt, and against that corruption there was an opposition unity. Today, what is the perception? Why there is opposition unity? Because this government is acting on corrupt through ED and CBI, so opposition unity. So let's get this government out. So this is the perception. This is the basic difference of perception.
Okay, I think it's only fair that I'll give Ashutosh 10 seconds to respond to what Ajay Alok said, and I really must bring in Zeba Yasmin. 10 seconds, yes.
On a lighter note, since Ajay Alok has taken my name so many times, I just want to remind him that Ajay Alok has just joined BJP. and he knows Nitish Kumar better than anybody else. Like I know Arvind Kejriwal, so he also knows Nitish Kumar very well.
So what's your point? What's the hidden message there?
Listen to me.
What do you mean that he knows Nitish Kumar?
Sometimes, see, when you
My 5 seconds.
party join another, you have to
I'm just
prove
saying
your
I'll take only 5 seconds to complete.
So you weave stories.
Okay, 25 seconds, Ajay Alok, yes.
5 seconds to complete. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just reminded that history always repeats itself. And I'm quoting my esteemed colleague Sudhanshu Trivedi right now. What he quoted today. It was an excellent quote. And for the time that when Indira Gandhi went to Chikmagalur to contest election, people were saying, Congressis were saying, Ek Sherni So Langur. Ek Sherni So Langur, Chikmagalur, Chikmagalur. Today we say, Ek Sher So whatever, Hai Bangalore, Hai Bangalore. People can just make it out. So now you can respond, Achutosh. Yeah.
But, okay, Zeba Yasmin, you want to respond to that Bangalore, Bangalore?
Because it is natural that you only talk about things which is important for you, and that is why BJP is little worried. Being a ruling party, having majority, and then having 38 parties, so what is wrong if we 26 are coming together? They are having little things.
So one of the things, because you know, जब इतने सारे लोग होते हैं, 26 strong names are together, then उनमें कुछ नुक्स निकालना बहुत आसान होता है. For example, your leader in Mumbai has embarrassed you today. Abu Azmi, after he refused to stand for Vande Mataram, now look at what Dharmendra Pradhan has said, that चाहे आप अपना नाम इंडिया रख लो, चाहे आप अपना नाम कुछ भी रख लो, आपकी जो आदतें हैं पुरानी की पुरानी ही रहेंगी. How can you reconcile the fact that आप हो तो हिस्सा इंडिया का, अलायंस का, और आपका नेता सबसे बड़ा जो है मुंबई में वो कहता है कि भाई वंदे मातरम हम नहीं बोल सकते, हमारा रिलीजन हमें अलाउ नहीं करता.
Ma'am, India is abbreviation to our alliance, and ये उनका personal था. The party is not gonna say anything about it.
ज़ेबा जी, आपकी पार्टी में कितने पर्सनल ओपिनियन वाले लोग हैं? शफीउर रहमान कहते हैं पर्सनल ओपिनियन, एसटी हसन कहते हैं पर्सनल ओपिनियन, यहाँ पे अबू आजमी कहते हैं पर्सनल ओपिनियन. All of them are personal, but when they win, they are your political. How is that possible?
See, if they are considering it with the religion, then obviously सारे religion में सब कुछ अलग है, तो उन्होंने इस context में कहा अबू आजमी will clear it better than me rather.
उन्होंने बहुत clearly कहा है कि because I'm a Muslim, I'm not allowed to sing Vande Mataram. This despite the fact that he has taken oath on the constitution and he's an MLA. He said very clearly, my religion doesn't permit me to sing Vande Mataram. And then you go and sit there as a part of an alliance which is called India.
See, I'm also Muslim. When you're Rome, be like Romans, and it is mentioned in the Quran that you need to follow the rules and you abide by all the rules of the country where you're settled, right? So even I know Quran. So he'll answer for his question. So I'm not the right person to answer that. I would like to answer Alok ji, Ajay ji.
अजय आलोक,
अजय जी कह रहे थे कि हाँ अजय आलोक जी, इन्होंने कहा कि जो गठबंधन है इंडिया, इनके रावण के चेहरे क्लियर नहीं है. बट आई वुड कांग्रेचुलेट हिम कि अगर चेहरे को रावण कहते हो तो आपका चेहरा तो क्लियर है ना, आपका रावण का चेहरा क्लियर है. जहां पे ज्यादा लोग होते हैं, आई एग्री विद आशुतोष जी, मेनी पीपल मेनी माइंड. जब 2 मीटिंग्स हुई है, हार्डली वी हैव डन 2 मीटिंग्स, we have the common goal, let us come to the common decision as well.
That is wonderful, but why wasn't Akhilesh ji allowed to speak? He comes from one of the states which has the maximum number of seats, 80 seats. Uttar Pradesh, he wasn't even allowed to speak at the end of it all, of what the Samajwadi Party stands for. Uddhav Thackeray spoke. Arvind Kejriwal, who has 7 seats in Delhi, he got up and spoke. Akhilesh ji represents Uttar Pradesh. 80 seats.
पद्मजा को कोई नर्सरी क्लास का सेशन नहीं चल रहा था जो हम गुस्सा हो जाए कि हमें बोलने नहीं दिया गया. 26 people can't speak at one go. So in next meeting, I mean, पिछली बार किसी ने बोला इस बार प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस, हमारे लिए ये मुद्दे इतने इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, शायद बीजेपी और मीडिया के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. कुछ डिस्कशंस होते हैं जो ऑफ कैमरा भी होते हैं, वो डिस्कशंस हो गए हैं, एंड ऑन कैमरा उसको रिप्रेजेंट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. वंस वी विल बी ऑन डिसीजन वी विल अनाउंस इट.
Okay, Avnijesh wants to respond to you, and I'm being joined by Mr. Azmi also in just a second. Avnijesh ji, yes.
हाँ, पद्मजा, बड़ी साफ सी बात है कि अखिलेश यादव की तो केसीआर के साथ बैठ करके बोलेंगे ना. यहाँ तो वो दिखाने चले गए थे कि हाँ हम हैं। इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये जो सारे हैं ना, मैं एक बात बड़ी साफ से कहता हूँ, मैं मान लेता हूँ कि इन 26 में से कोई चेहरा होगा ना, इन 26 में से वो चेहरा बता दीजिए जो नरेंद्र मोदी को चुनौती दे सकता है। कोई सा भी एक चेहरा, कोई सा भी एक चेहरा वो बता दीजिए जो देश में नरेंद्र मोदी से ज्यादा स्वीकार्य है।
People of India, sir. It is people of India who are going to revert Narendra Modi.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. कि people of India will elect Narendra Modi. That's what I'm saying.
That is what.
Who is the other face? Who is the opposite face? ममता बनर्जी, अरविंद केजरीवाल, अखिलेश यादव, स्टालिन, आप जो भी नाम लीजिए, आप बता दीजिए कि कौन सा ऐसा नेता है, कौन सा ऐसा चेहरा है, वो चेहरा जो नरेंद्र मोदी को, आप मान लीजिए कोई सा भी, छोटे से छोटी पार्टी का, बड़ी से बड़ी पार्टी का, जो चेहरा नरेंद्र मोदी को चैलेंज कर सकता है आने वाले इलेक्शन में, आप मुझे वो एक चेहरा बता दीजिए।
ये जितने भी 26 चेहरे हैं वो अपने
मतलब सब मिलके ना, सब मिलके, इसीलिए 10 चेहरे कहे, इसलिए 26 चेहरे कहे हैं वो।
राइट नाउ इट सीम्स द स्ट्रैटेजी इज इंडिया को रखिए सामने एंड देन मेक इट इनटू अ होल नेशनलिज्म इशू। चेहरे के चक्कर में ही मत पड़िए, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ हाउ मच प्रेशर यू हैव, नितेश जी, और द भारतीय जनता पार्टी पुट्स ऑन देम। थैंक्स वेरी मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग।